Good morning, McDermott Falcons. This is Mrs. B, and I'm here to read you a book, but I want to share a couple of things before I get started. I am wearing purple today, as you can see, because April is the month to celebrate the military child or military children. And we celebrate them because often they have parents or other family members that are part of the armed services, and great sacrifices are made by these families because very often they are separated for long periods of time. I don't have any of the books that I normally might have chosen, but people that join the military have a great love for their country. Whether it's the United States or another country. They also have love for their families because they want the countries that they live in to continue to have all of the things that make that country special. I want you to realize that it's not just the children, though. It's also the people that join, because often they are separated from their children or their spouses or other family members. And we have two people that I know of, and I'm sure there's more, but Mrs. Klaus and Mr. Best are both a good example of people that served our country at one time. Mrs. Glode's husband also served in the military, and by default that means as a spouse she also was serving the country, as were the children of these three special people. So to all of the military families at McDermott and to the three important people that I just mentioned, this reading is dedicated to them. Love. Love is by Matt de la Pena, and the illustrator is Lauren Law. In the beginning there is light, and two wide-eyed figures standing near the foot of your bed, and the sound of their voices is love. A cab driver plays love softly on his radio while you bounce in back with the bumps of the city, and everything smells new, and it smells like life. And you see the little boy in the wheelchair. It's an act of kindness what he's doing. Love, too, is the smell of crashing waves and a train whistling blindly in the distance. And each night, the sky above your trailer turns the color of love. So no matter where you live, look for love. In a crowded concrete park, you toddle toward summer sprinklers while older kids skip rope and run up the slide, and soon you are running among them. And the echo of your laughter is love. On the night the fire alarm blares, you're pulled from sleep and whisked into the street where a quiet old lady is pointing to the sky. Stars shine long after they've flamed out, she tells you, and the shine they shine with is love. But it's not only stars that flame out, you discover. It's summer too. And friendships and people. One day you find your family nervously huddled around the TV, but when you ask what happened, they answer with silence and shift between you and the screen. In your dream that night, you are searching for a love that seems lost. You open and close drawers, lift cushions, empty old toy bins. But there's nothing. You wake with the start in the arms of a loved one who bends to your ear and whispers, "It's okay. It's okay. It's love." And in time, you learn to recognize a love overlooked, a love that wakes at dawn and rides to work on the bus, a slice of burned toast that also tastes like love. Acts of kindness, getting up early in the morning, and it's love in each deep crease of your grandfather's face as he lowers himself onto an overturned bucket to fish. So sometimes adults do things. It sounds like this grandpa, it may be uncomfortable for him to sit, but yet he's willing to take his grandson fishing. And it's love in the rustling leaves of gnarled trees lined behind the flower fields. That's one of my favorite pictures in the book. And it's love in the made-up stories your uncles tell in the backyard between wild horseshoe throws. And the man in rags outside the subway station plays love notes that lift into the sky like tiny beacons of light. Picture musical notes just floating up with the beautiful music he's playing. And the face staring back in the bathroom mirror. This too is love. So when the time comes for you to set off on your own, heavy winds will sweep past your building and great gray clouds will congregate above. Your loved ones will stand there like puddles beneath their umbrellas, holding you tight and kissing you and wishing you luck. But it won't be luck you'll leave with, because you'll have love. You'll have love, love, love. So that's the end of our book, and I usually end each of my readings saying that all of the people that work at McDermott, from the custodians to the people that work in our front office, our fabulous cafeteria staff that are busy feeding you all during this time, Mr. Best, Ms. Trevino, Ms. Maskell, and all of your teachers and the other people that work at the school, like the aides and volunteers also. All of us miss you and love you. So if you know anyone in the military or any family, you may not be able to see them, but make sure to call them this month to thank them for what they have done